Hi, my name's Alec. I'm a member of the technical team at Quelfire, and in this technical video we're going to be talking about the different configurations or the terminology around pipe insulation. For some of you that might not be aware, on our drawings you may see some symbols at the end of the different installation types we've tested, and these symbols do have meanings. So we'll look at the very first one, and that usually will be the letters C and S, and that stands for continuous sustained. So we take an example here. This is a metal pipe with phenolic insulation. When it says continuous sustained, this is describing the insulation going right through the penetration and then continuing on. So that's where you've got your insulated pipe works throughout a building. So that's where so it's expected that this insulation will continue along the pipe and it goes right through the penetration. What you might also have is what's called local sustained, so LS. So that's where the insulation will go right through the penetration, but then it will stop at a prescribed distance. So for example, with our shaft wall details where we did some installations from one side only with the steel pipes, we pushed some rock fibre insulation through from one side, a prescribed distance that extends both sides of the wall and then stops. So that's very good for some uninsulated metal pipe details to achieve that insulation fire resistant rating. Another application we have, sort of showcased down here with this pipe, is what's known as locally interrupted, or LI. So here you have the insulation stop at the penetration, as you can just see here, and then it will extend a certain prescribed distance from the face of the wall. So for example, with our uninsulated metal pipe details, we have tested 324mm steel pipes, big large steel pipes, uninsulated, and you'd have for a sort of flexible wall a 500mm distance of locally interrupted rock fibre, but that would stop and start each side of the wall, and that helps again with that fire resistant rating from an insulation perspective. What you also have is what's called CI, continuous interrupted. So that means it would stop at the penetration, but it's expected that the insulation would continue on. It's not often that used that very often with some of our details. More often than not, if the installation is continuing, you'd expect it to go through a wall as well. But that's the sort of 4 different types we have. So when you look at our drawings, in the table, normally positioned in the bottom left, you'll see the insulation type. So it might say 40mm phenolic insulation, CS, and that obviously means continuous sustained. And obviously all the other symbols that we've talked about. If you go to our knowledge hub, you'll see that we've got a breakdown and the table, so you can have a look. And if you do have any further questions, please reach out to our technical team and we'd be more than happy to explain. Thank you very much.